Welcome to the DPS Procurement Services overview of eProcurement. My name is Lucy Oidilla. I'm with the Department of Procurement Services. I'm on the IT project team for the rolling out of eProcurement. So what is eProcurement? It is an enhancement of the city's procurement financial systems. What our goal is to make everything easy and paperless eventually. And this is a tool that we are rolling out piece by piece, contract type by contract type, and it will make it easier for all suppliers and vendors to respond online. You'll be able to review bids, RFPs, and RFQs online. You'll be able to view and track your contracts, releases, receipts, payments, and invoices. And you can also submit future state electronic submission of invoices, which is really good. Our objective was to allow you vendors, you who are doing business with the city, to respond to solicitations electronically. Instead of printing all those pages of paper and books, we could do this. And currently there is no limit that we know of as what you can attach. So, and for it's streamlining the creation, approval of contracts, amendments, modifications, and extensions. Ensuring all contracts modifications are processed quickly in accordance and with all ordinance of law and regulations. It's going to eliminate a lot of paper-based processes, which is great for us and also for taxpayers. We'll be saving money on paper, including the physical routing of the documents internally among DPS staff and managers. This way, we'll always have an electronic footprint of that contract or solicitation or response to a bid, without saying that it was lost somewhere. And it alleviates also mailing things in. It also consolidates procurement data tracking, which is done through multiple systems. It'll be all done in one system. And we'll be able to capture and store your registration information, communication, solicitation, and contract processing all on this system, the eProcurement system. Now, what we need from you is if you're not a vendor currently doing business with the city, or we want for you to register. If you are, you will have to request an invitation to register because we want to make sure that we have your correct FEIN number if you're already an existing vendor. And or sometimes there can be multiple vendor numbers for your company, and we want to clean up that data. So as a registered vendor, you'll enter the iSupplier portal, and you'll be able to view and respond to bid solicitations. You'll view your orders, payments, and invoices, and most importantly, you can update your company information, which is contacts, addresses, phone, and email. We have a lot of old, outdated data for vendors currently, and we're in the process of cleaning that up, and this is going to actually keep this cleaner than the previous process, the paper process. This is also, we're going to assist you with the transition with the online bidding. So we develop a microsite portal, so you can access that on the internet, and that's going to be cityofchicago.org/eProcurement, and that will take you to, that's the page. We're having issues with internet currently, so I can't live stream, I can't go live onto the page. So any existing, as I mentioned, existing vendors will request an iSupplier invitation, and I will explain what that is. New vendors can actually go on the site and register, but you would need to provide your FEIN number and attach your W-9 to it, and there's a place that you can attach a document. And it's just basic attaching documents. So let's see. All right, and just to make sure, so I know there were some concerns with previous vendors that we take safety, internet security safety very seriously. We use the HTTPS protocol for secure communication. It's the same type of protocol used in banking and financial institutions. Nobody can see your bids, not visible to employees or other vendors prior to bid opening. Your bid is secure, and that is 100% guaranteed. And as I mentioned, we're doing a gradual phase-in of contract types, and we should be done by the end of the year. We have done commodities and small orders. RFPs going right now. We have a pilot RFP that is in process of opening today. Work services, vehicles, heavy equipment are coming up. Construction is, architectural engineering, and then task orders. And this will be done by the end of the year, all contract types. So this is how our portal looks like. And we'll have announcements in that, in the blue box that says announcements. And we also have the tabs on top of the page. And this, we actually added one more tab for delegate agencies. Is anybody here from a delegate agency? No, okay. So you can either access through login registration right there, current bids, the icons, or the breadcrumbs on top, the tabs on top, and DPS alerts, which I'm sure if you already do business with the city, you probably do get the DPS alerts. If not, I would encourage you to sign up for the DPS alerts. So this is, we offer online training materials to help you guide through if you have questions on how to update company information, how to submit a bid. This is where you go. We both have video and we have PDF document here. And if you're going to respond to a bid, this is how your screen would look like once you log in. And it's it has the sourcing homepage, and this is where you'll see all the open bids. And then you'll click on your RFP or RFQ or your solicitation, and this is where you would submit your responses. And this is how the eProcurement bids look online. And if you notice I know it's probably on the PowerPoint, it would be easier, on the far right of the screen, it says details. There's that little icon there. You click on that, it'll pull up the PDF. It'll pull up the details, and then it'll say PDF document. You click on PDF. It would be easier if we had internet access here to see it. And this is how, if you're going to respond, how the bid would look. The RFQ would look. That you would view your orders. This is how the screen would look if you're going to view your POs and releases. Receipts, payments. We have, I have one screen is missing on the registration.
How do you leave your electronic signature?
You type it in, you have to check an acknowledgement. You'll be able to type it in.
You type your name in?
Yes, and in your company name. Okay, so
Is that in your statute as far as this type of electronic signature?
yes, it was approved by legal.
Do you know the name of it?
No, I do not. I can probably get back to you on that. This is a wireless keyboard. I'm going to try to get on the internet because
Oh, is this IBM?
no, it's not IBM. I got to try to get on the internet because one slide is missing. This is not a wireless. Okay, so this is the site you would go to, the eProcurement. As I mentioned earlier. Okay, when you click onto login and register that information, there's going to be another screen. It's going to explain to you if you're an existing vendor, or if you've done business with the city, you need to go this way, and it's going to prompt you to a link where it's going to open up a window like an email. It's going to hit iProc support at citychicago.org, and from there it's going to go to the team that monitors that mailbox, and you'll get a password. It's an invitation to register for iSupplier, and they would submit your vendor number, your vendor code, and your password so you can log in. And then from there you would register. And then also for new vendors, it's very easy. You would click on, for new vendors, click here, and for first time There's a couple of steps with existing vendors, and if anybody has, we don't have Wi-Fi here, but we do have another workshop coming up next month, and we'll be in a big room upstairs, which will be streaming again, and we'll have internet access. And any questions? Yeah, this is, there's a screen missing. I don't think this is the one. Yeah, there's one screenshot missing. But POs, releases, invoices, receipts, this is what they'll see for receipts. This is how they'll see their payments.
Based on what you guys see from what the system is looking like, do you have any questions as to where to navigate on the website, or has it been explained okay? We'll open it to the audience for questions. Yeah, okay. Oh.
Do you have the PowerPoint presentation, the handout? Go online, citychicago.org/eProcurement, and that goes right to our website, the microsite, and it is pretty intuitive. And if you have any questions, you certainly can email us, eprocsupport@citychicago.org, and we'll be happy to answer any of your questions. And I do apologize once again that we don't have the internet running here. Otherwise, I would have demoed how to get on and the differences and how it looks like if you're an existing vendor to register. It's not that difficult. It's not difficult. We made it very user-friendly.
Are there videos on there too, Lucy?
Yes, there is on the, I explained under the training materials, there's video and there's PDFs. Now the videos are step by step, and there's no sound to it. There's nobody talking to it. So, depending on what type of media you prefer. And the training materials are intuitive as well. And you could go through that as well. That's it's pretty easy. The only thing is that we added one more section for delegate agencies. So we'll have to update this PowerPoint.
So has anyone here registered at all through our microsite? Or has anyone here tried to register online as a supplier to set up your account? Has anyone here done that yet at all? No, so this is the first time that you guys are seeing this.
So I would recommend that you when you go back to your office, get online and register, or submit your invitation to register for iSupplier, because are you currently all doing business with the City of Chicago? So you're existing vendors, so you would have to go with request an invitation to register.
And if they're brand new, then they would just
Yes, if you're brand new, and there is an icon where you click on for new vendors.
Do you want to talk about a little bit of the phase in graduation, like which ones have already been completed, just so you guys know where the City of Chicago, the Department of Procurement Services.
We did discuss it, and I'll go over that again. We are phasing everything in by the end of this year. Mm-hmm. And our small orders and commodities have already been online. We are concurrently posting electronic bids and paper bids on the same site, on the same page. So we're going to be taking both for about a year. With the anticipation that we're going to phase out completely paper bids.
So what, do they print the bid from off-site and then fax it in to you?
No faxing. You're going to submit it electronically online, everything.
Okay, but what about that's the electronic, but what about the paper for right now? Like the transition?
Oh, yeah. For those that are advertised as paper will be submitted as paper. So it's going to be the same, a dual process. Those advertised as electronic have to be submitted as electronic. Right.
But you have, like, let's just say, you have a bid out.
Right.
And for 1 year, you're going to have a
whatever you're doing right now, if it's paper bid, if you start paper bid, you submit paper bid. If it's electronic bid,
How do you accept the paper bids? Do you have to fax them to you?
you bring them here. You drop off bid a bond.
Even informal?
Yes, I believe so.
All the bids have a bid closing, so where it tells you what the bid closing date is and the time, almost 95%, like 100% of the time it'll be here at the bid and bond room, where they'll give you a deadline where you have to come here and drop off your bids, but it's usually here physically.
Even the small commodities?
Yes.
Yes,
Now, commodities, yes, and commodities, like, they're going to be doing dual paper and electronic. So electronic, you can do online. If you're going to do paper, you got to drop it off here.
So Lucy, I have a question. So there's a current RFP that has launched officially through eProcurement, the request for proposals for a routine audit. That one has kicked off as an electronic bid. So will we be accepting electronic
And
bids
paper.
and paper for that one?
Yes.
Okay. That was
Yes.
a clarification. I just want to make sure.
They strongly encourage.
Yes.
electronic.
We encourage electronics so you get used to the process.
Until it's finalized. Okay. All right.
Otherwise,
Do you
you're
guys
going
have,
to end up printing like thousands of pages.
Yeah, when you submit, like, people submit their RFPs electronically, does it go into a holding folder?
It goes into that contract type.
Can you repeat the question?
The question was,
Testing. No, actually, let's just say I would submit my RFP electronically, and does it go into like a virtual folder? And then and nobody can open it up until opening day, correct? Is it only one person can unlock it, or does it require two people?
good question. That is because of your vendor number. That is submitted because it's based on a contract type into that contract. So it is locked and sealed. Nobody opens it to bid opening day. Nobody sees it. Nobody can see it. Nobody online. None of us see it. Only for bid opening. The bid and bond room, that's it.
Or is it like,
It's unsealed.
you have to log in and unlock it? Or how-
I believe just one person. Just one person. Then it's unlocked.
Any other questions? Sure.
I have a question. If you could can you go back to the beginning of the presentation? I just want to find out in the e-procurement process, this is not just the bidding, but eventually, I think, the back one, invoicing, online tracking, that type of thing. At what point in time does the invoicing and payment process get converted to all electronic?
The finance is working on that because that's the Department of Finance working on that, and they're actually it's in the test phase right now, pilot phase. So we hope by the end of the year that's going to be done with the invoicing and payments, and you'll be able to view it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yes,
You can view it now.
you could view it now.
Do you have to be registered as a vendor anyone who visits your e-procurement link, are you able to see all awards that the city has done for the past year, the past 5 years?
That's on the main page on the DPS, and you could see, anybody could look at that. That's open
Gotcha.
to the public on
Okay.
what awards were.
And how far back do you go? Do you know?
I don't know.
Just out of curiosity.
I went as far back as, depending on the contract type. I was looking at stuff from 1996,
Wow. Okay.
99.
So that all had to be scanned then, right?
Yeah, that was a project with. Yeah, that was a big project.
Any other questions?
This is the list of all of the current bids.
Yes, so if you sign up for DPS alerts, we, on a weekly basis, send that list out as part of that email. And we also have it on our website as well. There's a tab on there that says bid opportunities. When you click on the tab, every Monday that gets updated, showing you what's currently out on the street that we're waiting for bids on.
Quick question that's more technical, but not as a vendor. This is Oracle then?
Yes, it is.
And then is your back-end financial, is that Oracle also?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so it's both, okay, I got it. Now, did you drop both of them in at the same time?
No.
You had
Oracle,
back-
the platform was always Oracle-based, finance always had Oracle-based, and they were using Oracle to some extent with, during the paper process, storing the data for the bids. We just got another piece, the electronic portion of it too.
Sure.
So
Okay.
now we're phasing it together.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it'd be a nice, clean interface.
It's a, yeah, yes, they are. It is a clean interface. That's why the component, it was there to create that.
Any other questions?
Sorry, I just want to get clear on the invoice and billing, because
Oh, you're so excited.
I wasn't quite done there. Well, it'll just be so much easier for
It is.
everybody.
It's going to be great.
Yeah,
I saw
I'm
the
excited about
test.
it.
I saw the test.
So, we send an invoice right now to 3 different departments in the city on a monthly basis. And so if we go back to the bank and we get ourselves signed up for iSupplier,
Yes.
get ourselves an ID and get ourselves signed up,
Right.
should we then start submitting those invoices through, or at what point in time are you going to notify us? And
Yes.
And I think you said they're visible now.
You can see
See previous
previous,
Okay, so, yeah, cool.
because that's a project that's being,
or current, I mean, you can see the
Right.
payments and everything, but submitting invoices, that's coming.
that's coming.
We're testing.
Okay,
So that
so if
testing.
we get ourselves signed up on iSupplier, we should be able
Yes.
to look at the status of all current
You should be able,
payments.
provided you have one vendor number. We don't have to merge any numbers.
Oh, if we have to merge numbers, what do
It'll probably be a longer process before you can see all that, correct?
Yeah, it shouldn't be that much, we're working on it, kind of
Yeah,
trying to get it, it's a lot.
Yeah, here's an example. We have one vendor that has 5 different vendor numbers. So
very well made.
it's just how they were typed in, because there's no, years ago, there was no quality control. So therefore, you have invoices and payment numbers on that 5 different numbers. So now we're trying to find that out and merge those all in, so to give the vendor one number to use only. It'll be cleaner. It's going to be cleaner.
Any other questions? No? Oh, okay, great. You have one?
I just want to say, if you all wanted to register for the iSupplier portal, you go to the eProc support at cityofchicago.org. That'll come to me. I'll be the one to send you the invitation. So I have a few cards, or if you want to email me, Karen Canada. My email address is Karen, Karen .Canada, CANADA at cityofchicago.org. And so if you're an existing vendor, you send the invitation, and if you can provide your vendor number, make it a little bit easier and quicker for me to get that invitation to you.
What about FEIN number? Would that help you?
That helps too.
Yeah, you could do that.
FEIN number or the vendor number, because some people don't know their vendor number or where they're located.
Right.
All right, well, thank you guys for being here. We have 2 workshops next week. It's how to become certified at 2 o'clock, and then at 3:15 we have our doing business with the City of Chicago. So if you're interested, or if you're not certified and would be interested in learning how to become certified, we definitely encourage you to come to that class or that workshop. If you ever want to come to a workshop and are unable to physically come down here, as we mentioned before, you can always watch them on our YouTube channel, and that handle is Chicago DPS. We encourage you to follow us on our social media, and we have 2 events next week that we mentioned at the beginning of class that we will be participating in. One is a construction vendor event that's on Thursday. The flyer is on the table, and then on Friday we have the Metra vendor fair as well. So those are some of the things that we have going out into the community. If you have any public affairs questions or any questions with our department, you can also email, or any other follow-up e-procurement questions, you can email me at Irma, IRMA period Lara, LARA. So it's irma.lara at
What kind of
cityofchicago
e-procurement questions?
at cityofchicago.org. we'll forward them to Ben.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just make sure to filter whatever emails you have. So thank you.
eProc support at citychicago.org for questions. Finance at citychicago.org for finance questions like invoices or payments. So, yes. Okay. Any other questions? I do apologize. We did not have internet here. It would have been much easier. It would have been more. I think you would see how intuitive it is. It's a very easy site to maneuver. So. Okay, good. Thank you. Check it out. Anybody can get on it, but to bid on a solicitation, you have to be a registered vendor. Anybody can view them, but you don't have. But to bid, you have to be registered. So the public could view, or you could check it out, see what's out there. But to bid, you must be registered, and I encourage you that everybody should register as soon as possible, as all contract types are going to be rolled out by the end of the year. Thank you for your time.